Luke Floriea reveals his honest thoughts about Shedeur Sanders. The Cleveland Browns are heading into training camp with fresh energy. Undrafted receiver Luke Floriea earned his spot through sheer determination and standout performances during rookie minicamp. A standout from Mentor High School and Kent State, Floriea recently appeared on the Honor the Land podcast and gave fans an inside look at what it's like to huddle up with Sanders. The energy, according to Floriea, is undeniable. He likes to have fun out there. That's the best I can describe it. He comes on the field, he's going up to the receivers and thinking of celebrations to do when we score, crazy celebrations. That's awesome. It lightens up the mood. Floriea said, Sanders arrived in Cleveland as a fifth-round pick, despite being one of the most discussed quarterbacks in the draft. His transition from college star to professional has been marked by relentless preparation and visible commitment to proving doubters wrong. The rookie quarterback has made headlines with late-night training sessions in Dallas and viral clips showcasing his work ethic in Browns gear. The connection between these two rookies has become a talking point throughout OTAs and minicamp sessions. Their chemistry on the field reflects the kind of natural rapport that coaches hope to build within their system. Both players face significant competition as they fight for meaningful roles on the roster. After Cleveland's disappointing 3-14 season, fans are eager to see signs of renewed optimism. Sanders brings a playful leadership style that seems to energize his teammates while maintaining the focus necessary for professional success. In today's hyper-competitive football world, athletes rarely speak candidly about their peers, especially when it involves rising stars and potential rivals. The media-polished responses and PR-approved soundbites often say little, designed more to protect images than to tell truths. But Luke Floriea, a name that's been floating under the national radar but gaining respect in football circles, has never been one to hide behind cliches. So when asked in a recent podcast about Colorado's headline-making quarterback Shedeur Sanders, Floriea didn't hesitate. He leaned into the mic, smiled thoughtfully, and gave an answer that felt refreshingly real. Shedeur, he said, the dude can flat out play. That's the truth. But there's more to it than what people see on the highlight reels. Respect from one QB to another, Floriea, who played his college ball with grit and quiet determination. First at Old Dominion, then bouncing to find the right fit, has never been in the same spotlight as Shedeur. He didn't have ESPN cameras tracking his every throw. He didn't walk into a program with a Hall of Fame father as head coach. But that's partly why his opinion matters. It comes with no agenda, no rivalry, and no media hype. People always want to pit quarterbacks against each other. Shedeur, Floriea continued. But man, playing QB in college, especially at a Power 5 school, with all that noise, it's pressure most people can't understand. And Shedeur handled it with poise. But admiration doesn't mean idolization. Floriea kept it honest. Now, don't get me wrong. He's not perfect. I've watched his tape. He holds onto the ball a little too long sometimes. He trusts his arm a lot, which can be a double-edged sword. But that's part of what makes him electric. He's confident, almost cocky, but in a way that works for him. Beyond the hype, it would be easy to dismiss Shedeur Sanders as just another coach's kid with a big platform. But Floriea pushes back on that narrative. People always say, well, he's Deion's son. Of course he's getting attention. That's lazy. If anything, being Prime's kid puts a target on your back. You either rise or get buried. And Shedeur, he rose. Every time he got knocked down, literally or figuratively, he bounced back. There's a weight to those words. Because Floriea knows what it's like to fight for respect. He knows what it feels like to be overlooked, to sit in quarterback rooms where nobody expects you to speak up, let alone lead. Whether you like the flash or not, he said, you can't fake command, and Shedeur has command. His teammates believe in him. That's real. The culture clash, what makes Shedeur such a polarizing figure, isn't just his performance, it's his presence. Watches flashed during warm-ups, Rolls-Royce entrances, social media antics. Some call it confidence, others say it's arrogance. Floriea offered a more nuanced view. Look, I'm a Midwest guy, blue-collar roots. I didn't grow up with all that flash. So, yeah, when I first saw some of Shedeur's stuff, I thought, man, this guy's doing a lot. But then I realized that's just who he is. He's being authentic. And honestly, I respect that. He paused and added with a grin. And if I was dropping 4 touchdowns on ranked teams, maybe I'd pull up in a Phantom too. Competition breeds character. Though the two quarterbacks have never faced off on the field, there's a shared brotherhood among signal callers, an unspoken understanding of the demands and the scrutiny. I'm not saying Shedeur's the next Mahomes, Floriea clarified, but the dude worked. That's what people don't always see. The film study, the extra reps, the leadership. You don't get those numbers just from being talented. You have to grind. He also acknowledged the tough questions surrounding Sanders' future. Does he translate to the NFL? I think so, yeah. But it'll depend on where he lands. Quarterback success is all about fit, right scheme, right coaching, right moments. If he ends up somewhere patient, somewhere that lets him develop, he'll shine. A real one, the most powerful moment of the interview wasn't about mechanics or stats. It was about character. I met Shedeur once, Floriea shared, at a camp a couple years ago. He didn't know me, could have big-timed me, but he didn't. He shook my hand, talked ball, asked where I played. That stuck with me in this game. You remember when someone's real. That single interaction, brief though it was, painted a different picture than the social media highlight reels. It reminded listeners that behind the brand, there's a young man navigating fame, expectation, and the grind of elite football.